Amelia Torres had been at Riverstone High for barely a week, yet the whispers already followed her everywhere like shadows that clung to her shoes. She was 16, quiet, observant, the kind of girl who preferred corners of hallways instead of the center of attention, with chestnut hair tied in a low ponytail and grey eyes that carried more storms than she ever let spill. She gave off an aura that nobody could easily read. Her family had moved from the outskirts after her father passed away, and Riverstone was supposed to be a new beginning, except new beginnings weren't always kind, especially when Trevor Marks existed. Trevor, 17, broad-shouldered, loud, the self-appointed king of Riverstone High, the kind of boy who loved being watched, loved being feared, loved making others feel small because it made him feel bigger. And when he saw Amelia, quiet, alone, new, he saw the perfect target to remind everyone that he ruled the school. The first week was mild, shoves in hallways, stolen notebooks, mocking comments thrown like darts. Amelia ignored them, holding herself together, refusing to give him the satisfaction. But the more she showed restraint, the more Trevor wanted to break her silence. He wanted a reaction. He wanted her fear. Then came the school's annual biology field trip to the Riverstone Eco Reserve, a massive protected wetland filled with wildlife, dangerous and breathtaking at the same time. The students explored in groups, taking notes about flora and fauna. Teachers supervised, but the reserve was huge. There were always moments when students wandered unsupervised, and Trevor had been waiting for that moment. Amelia stood alone at the edge of a wooden deck overlooking a murky pond. It was deeper than it looked, dark, still, covered in patches of floating plants. Their instructor had warned, "No one goes near Pond 7. It contains red-bellied piranhas. They aren't aggressive unless disturbed." But one mistake is enough. Trevor heard that warning, and he smiled. As Amelia bent down to read the information plaque, Trevor's footsteps crept behind her. His friends snickered from a distance, phones already recording, because humiliation was only real if captured on video. "Hey, new girl," Trevor said, voice dripping with mock concern. "Careful, you might fall." Amelia turned slightly, sensing the wrongness in the air, the way silence thickened behind her. "I'm fine," she said softly. "Go bother someone else." Trevor's grin stretched. "Nah, you're perfect." Before she could stand, before she could even turn fully, Trevor shoved her. Hard, her scream cut through the trees as she plunged into the icy water. The surface exploded into ripples. Mud and algae swirled around her. The shock stole her breath, and the sudden cold clamped onto her limbs. She kicked desperately, trying to find the surface, but the water was heavy, thick, pulling her down like invisible hands. Trevor's friends laughed, until the water around Amelia shifted violently. Small dark shapes began circling. 1, 2, 5, 10. Piranhas. Their red bellies glinted as they swarmed. Trevor's grin faltered, but Amelia, she did not scream anymore. She stayed strangely calm, her breath steady, as if she knew exactly what she was doing. While Trevor's friends panicked, Amelia's hand reached for something beneath the water, a long, thick vine that hung from a submerged branch. She tugged herself upward and pressed her legs against a shallow spot near the root bed, keeping her body still. Because she understood something Trevor didn't, piranhas don't attack unless you thrash. Stillness was survival. Her father had taught her that during their days exploring rivers. He had taught her how to swim silently, how to read murky waters, how to escape currents, how to take control of fear instead of letting it consume her. Amelia's mind sharpened, her breathing slowed. The tiny fish continued to circle, curious but not attacking. Up on the deck, Trevor turned pale. Dude, she's gonna get eaten!" one friend cried. Trevor's throat tightened. This was supposed to be funny, not deadly. He hadn't expected actual danger. His hands shook, panic clawing his chest as he watched the water churn with shadows. "Get a teacher!" he yelled. "No signal, and it's a 10-minute run back." Trevor swallowed hard. Then help me figure something out." But no one moved. His friends backed away, fear taking over. Trevor leaned over the railing, voice strained. Amelia, stay still! I'm getting you out!" Amelia lifted her head slowly, water dripping from her hair, her expression eerily calm. "Why? So you can push me in again?" Trevor froze. The piranhas drifted closer, brushing against her legs. Amelia didn't flinch. She controlled her presence, letting the water and silence shield her. Trevor's entire body trembled. I didn't mean, okay, I meant it, but I didn't know. Look, please, I'm sorry. Just tell me what to do. For the first time since she arrived at Riverstone, Amelia smiled. And it was not a gentle smile. It was the smile of someone who finally realized she didn't have to be quiet anymore. You want to help? She said. Then jump in. Trevor's eyes widened. What? No. Are you insane? You pushed me, she said, voice firm. Now we fix it. Together. Trevor shook his head violently. I'm not getting eaten. I'll get in trouble. My dad will destroy me if he hears. Your dad? Amelia said coldly. I almost died. And you're scared of your dad? Her words sliced deeper than any teeth in the pond. Trevor looked down at his trembling hands. For the first time in years, he wasn't in control. For the first time, he wasn't the predator. He was prey. Amelia leaned her back against the roots, lifting her knees slightly to keep balance. If you don't jump, she said, everyone will know you left me to die. Trevor froze. His friends stared. Phones recorded. The King of Riverstone exposed. Amelia didn't have to threaten him. The shame did it for her. Pale, shaking, Trevor grabbed the railing. Fine, fine. He climbed down awkwardly, lowering himself into the water with trembling limbs. The moment he entered, the piranhas shifted direction, drawn to his splashing panic. Amelia, what do I do? He screamed. Stop moving, she commanded. I can't. They're nipping at me because you're acting like prey. He whimpered, clutching her shoulder as she guided him to the shallow area. For him, the fish swarmed. For her, they stayed distant. She controlled the water. He had none. When they finally reached safe ground, Trevor collapsed on the bank, sobbing, shaking uncontrollably. His legs were covered in tiny red marks, not deep, but enough to terrify him. Amelia climbed out calmly and stood over him. You could have killed me, she said, but instead, you showed everyone who you really are. Trevor, lips trembling, whispered the words no one thought he could say. Please, don't tell anyone. I'm begging you. But Amelia didn't need to. His humiliation was already recorded, and from that day the boy who ruled by fear would learn what real fear felt like. And Amelia Torres would never be pushed again.